Hey there, welcome to the final round of Beaver State Fling. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Paige Pierce.
And we are going to do yet another round of commentary for you guys.
This is the front 9, and this footage is sponsored by the PDGA and Dynamic Disc. And of course, thanks to Jomez for filming us ladies.
Today we got lucky, we had some great weather, no rain at all. It's still a little muddy out there on the course, but we had no rain.
Yeah, it was awesome to be dry the whole round. This is yet again one of the hardest holes on the course in my personal opinion. You have to keep it low through the initial gap, and then your second shot, there's so much OB danger. So taking a bogey or better on this hole is good for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
I mean, I think a 4 is definitely gettable, but only if you have a good drive off the tee. If you don't, 5 is guaranteed.
Absolutely. This round we have myself, Val, Catrina, and Sarah Hokom.
Pretty typical starting lineup for our final round of the ladies.
I'm up on the box first, and I'm throwing my Lucid Convict.
Uh-oh.
That's fine, till it hit that branch.
That'll work. Yeah. Pretty much as long as you get out of the initial gap, you'll have an approach so you can have your little safe pitch up and toss over the road.
Yeah, honestly, this hole's drive isn't too important. Everyone lays up their second shot, so as long as where your drive lands, you can see that grassy area where you want to lay up to, you're great.
Katrina's in a great spot, perfect placement.
She's almost in a good enough spot where she can go for it from there.
Yeah, she could definitely consider it. She's got the distance for it and the control. So even though everyone's got long sleeves on and pants, it actually warms up quite nicely today. We get up to the point where I think the high that day was almost in the 80s. It got real warm in the middle of the day.
Next up on the tee, the sidearm
Val, great drive, a little bit left, but like I said, it doesn't really matter too much, so she's definitely fine over there.
I'm excited that we get to watch Hokom work her forehands all day. Ooh, I like that shirt.
I know, it was a freshie.
Looking good.
I said, ooh, freshie? She said, yep, we'll see how it works.
She still has an easy pitch out.
Yeah, definitely. And that's exactly where you want to be, really. I mean, anywhere within 40 feet of that is great. Val's going to do the same thing, but with a backhand. And same for me.
Foreshadowing, do we have any crazy shanks I should be excited about?
From me or from anyone?
From you.
Oh, probably.
Oh, is she going for it?
She does go for it.
Nice. Oh my god, that was perfect.
Yep.
God, if it hadn't tickled those branches, that would have been parked. Oh no. A little shorter than you want, I'm sure.
A little short, but it was safe, so I was happy with it. Honestly, anything in bounds I was going to be okay with. Val with a great line drive. A little bit low, but she's well within the circle, so she should have a pretty routine putt.
Those two little trees kind of right outside the circle on the green, you wouldn't think they would matter that much, but really they do get in your way. Whenever those grow up, it's going to be a lot more challenging even than they are right now. Ooh, good run.
Kind of close.
Good height.
Good height. Val, little low, but I don't think she will be disappointed with that at all. Catrina with an awesome 3.
That is
great
awesome.
way to start your round out, especially on that hole.
That's huge. You won't even see a lot of the MPO guys with the 3 on that hole.
Yeah, MPO, MP Chanel.
Right now, I think Paige is sitting in, what, 18th or 20th in the men's field after the 3rd round? So,
I'm not sure after the 3rd.
So she's allowed to say MP Schmo.
Almost beat you, Dustin Keegan. Almost beat you.
And a few others.
So Catrina definitely gets 2 strokes on Val and I, and 1 on Hokom. And we are on to hole 2. One of the signature holes, the green is at least.
I saw some YouTube comments saying that this is actually the signature hole at Milo, the stump hole. We got corrected by saying after
you
saying
read YouTube comments?
Oh, I sure do.
Oh no! Oh no! If you guys want to talk to her, shout it out in the comments right now. Maybe that's how I should talk to you. You'll respond more.
Well, I see you every day. I don't really have a choice.
Great high hyzer by Catrina. The higher the better on this hole. More time in the air is more dumping time around the corner. So
dumping time.
Dumping times. You know, my new phrase.
New disc golf lingo. Also, the further you get down the fairway, you have more of a look for 3. And that is, where Hokom just put it, is where you don't want to be. But it's awesome to see her playing an aggressive backhand off this tee.
Absolutely. Oh, there was a shank job. Yep, I forgot about this.
Especially because I think Hokom could work a turnover forehand around this corner. It'd be tough, but she could do it.
I let mine go a little bit too late. Ended up hitting that guardian tree, I guess. It's kind of not even in the way, so we could call that one a shank job.
Yeah. A little shanky.
Val with a great line. If hers was higher like Catrina, she would have been in prime position to throw a mid-range approach, honestly.
Hokom doing what she does best.
Trick shot.
Looks like this is going to end up perfect. Nice pitch out. Good practice swing.
Thanks. Throw my EMAC Truth. Turnover, just trying to get into the fairway and some forward progress.
Way to give yourself a look.
Val coming in the gap.
Oh, with a skip off the bridge. Love it. Love
She's going to love that she has a putt for 3 on this.
Yeah, this, because of all the danger on the left-hand side of the fairway as you're approaching, I don't know about everyone else, but I have a tendency to accidentally flip it over to the right. And on the right-hand side, the green is not open at all, and it takes away pretty much any option at being able to have a putt.
Hokom a little bit too much turn. It kind of accidentally rolled. But she's still at the base of the gap, so she should be fine.
Yeah, she did work over to that right-hand side of the green, though, where you're going to have a pretty obstructed putt, but it can work. There's lots of branches over there, but you can make it work. That was a great run.
Catrina for 3. Solid.
Huge.
Solid putt.
Wow,
it looked like a little outside the circle, I would say.
Yeah. She's starting off this round with a bang.
Yeah.
I would love to go 3-3 on these 2 holes.
It's a great start for sure. And then you walk up the hill and you got some shorties coming up, so we got Val also for 3, and she makes putting look easy.
Is that Beaver State Fling sign that's right there on the stairs? Has that always been there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why?
I didn't remember it from last year. It's very pretty.
You taking your memory pills, or?
God. Is there something for that? I'm interested. Look at Jomez on the right.
Who's he filming?
He's looking for the art shot. That's why we like him. Everyone likes a little creativity thrown in.
Yep. Now we're walking up the famous steps and up to hole 3, which is probably the toughest gap to hit on the entire property, honestly. You're wanting to throw a high anhyzer with a putter or mid, or a sidearm, but the sidearm doesn't really progress forward enough, so it's gonna end up a little short.
It'll always leave you with not a putt. You'll just have an easy upshot more than anything.
Absolutely. But more than anything, you're wanting to hit the gap, so whatever you find most confident.
It is not bad to be over there. It's still a little tricky, but it's workable.
Yeah, I heard her say it after she threw it, well, wrong gap, but that'll work.
Forward progress on this hole is the only thing that matters.
Yeah. Val with her meteor.
Wow.
Great shot, but a late tree. Still
Wow.
great. She's going to have a jumper for 2.
I got my first ever putt for 2 on this hole.
Nice.
In the last round. But
Awesome.
I take the right gap that nobody takes. The forehand flex. Nice. You gave yourself another putt, huh?
Thanks.
Holy cow.
With my Marshall.
2-2
Classic
on this
blend.
is just insane.
I didn't say I made that.
Foreshadowing?
I don't know. You'll have to see. You'll have to wait. Hokom also through the gap. These are, I would say, of all the rounds I've played at Beaver State Fling, this is one of the best groupings I've seen on this hole. From my groups.
Yeah. It's pretty common to get knocked down that big cliff on the left side.
Val, I was standing behind her on this putt. It was beautiful.
Woo!
So close.
She got robbed. No! I didn't realize you had a step out putt there. I thought it was a little bit more
Yeah, it was as wide as I could possibly go. Maybe you needed to do a little more yoga. My legs were burning.
open. That outfit, though.
Thanks. And these should be easy tap-in 3s.
And onto the shortest hole on the course.
None of us executed the 2 on this hole, so we're definitely looking to do so on this next hole.
It's,
Does that count as an umbrella putt? It was in her hand.
It's interesting, like, exactly what do we comment on while they're doing tap-ins?
Tap-ins,
We need to come up with
Yeah,
some good...
leave us some comments what we should say when it's tap-in time. We're new at this.
Yeah.
Like we just said, the shortest hole in the course. 2 things that are in your way a lot are these 2 dead trees right here and the very skinny one just to the right of it. If you steer clear of all 3 of those, you're going to have a putt no matter what.
If you throw it low, 2 girls on my card got caught behind that stump that's laid across the fairway. Log, I guess.
Big log.
Yeah, huge log. So if you don't want to throw it low, you want to give it some height, but it is another Milo low ceiling hole as well, so you want to just basically throw it perfectly straight down the middle.
Easy.
Easy.
Val and Kat both hit that early tree. Kat's bounced left and Val's bounced right. Catrina's going to have a tough lie down the hill down there.
She went far down?
Yeah. Trying to do a slight ace run with my deputy. I know I'll get a late flip with it, but hit that branch and kind of filtered left.
I hit the pole on this basket.
Nice. That's awesome. Hokom with an amazing hyzer flip with her prowler.
She got that.
It's awesome to see her not only backhanding, but backhanding putters
Yeah,
on a
that
hyzer
is
flip
awesome.
line. Yeah. It's really impressive. Katrina, I don't even think she could see the basket down there, so she was just trying to get it up close and take the 3.
Still got a good up and down.
Definitely.
Looks like you're just a tiny bit downhill.
Yeah.
Nice putt.
A little inside the circle, I would say 26, 28 feet. And Hokom, just about the same.
Oh, God, I wanted her to get that after that
Yeah.
nice backhand drive.
Tap in time, tap in time. Everyone, it's tap in
Oh
time.
I think that's not going to be a fan favorite.
Well, we'll see, we'll see.
And I was not expecting that either.
And all pars besides my 2.
We are back out here on the front 9 at Milo MacIver West on the final round of Beaver State Fling.
This is hole 5. It's downhill. You got a elevated tee pad that is in the woods, and then you're throwing into an open gap, and then the basket's tucked in a little
Nook.
I was looking for that word.
This is an interesting hole because you are throwing off an elevated tee pad, but you are throwing at a low ceiling. It would be low ceiling even if we teed off down on the ground. So you almost have to throw, unless you're throwing a roller.
Yeah.
You almost have to throw down. It's a very weird feeling. Your pullback is up high, and you're just like Val did. You want to aim down.
Val has a great advantage on this hole, I would say, because she throws with a slight air bounce. So when she's throwing down, it starts downward, and then it kind of bounces up once she gets under those tree limbs. So
it stays flat.
Yeah. I like Kat's attempt at the roller. I think that's probably the best option. Unfortunately, it hit an early tree, but
she still gave herself a putt.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll see the smart play here is to drop down on a knee when you're throwing your approach shot. That big tree that blocks the basket that we can see right there, it is almost impossible to throw standing up and get under those limbs or without throwing on the ground.
Absolutely. I definitely get on my knee a lot for up shots this whole weekend. Like we talked about, there's so many holes that are low ceiling.
Ooh, Val wanted that too.
Yeah, she threw a thrasher.
I had a putt for 2 on this one too. Again. Just finally figuring out some things out here in this magic Milo land.
Magic Milo land. I like it. Catrina will have to settle for a bogey, and the rest of us will be tapping in the 3. And on to Philo's Albatross hole, hole 6. One of my favorite holes. I like this hole a lot. It's a wide open tee shot that you just want to throw super stable or like a just semi overstable disc and round that corner as much as you can, bite off as much as you can chew.
The risky play would be to kind of cut the corner and almost throw at that tree on the corner, just on the edge of it, and can maybe even force like a flat or an Anheuser line at that tree. It lets you bite off a whole bunch down the fairway, so you can set yourself up to get up on top of the hill on your second shot.
So I'm throwing my Biofusion Defender, my favorite driver in my bag, absolutely. It's dependable for an overstable finish, which is definitely what you want on this hole. Val looks like she has her signature thrasher in her hand again. She throws this just so well. She throws it almost, I would say, 80% of the time. And anything in the short grass is good. The more left, the better, like we said. So she's not going to be super stoked with that, but anything is in play really off this tee. Hokom adjusts great on the backhand drive after she threw that not so great one on hole 2. Great adjustment here, right in the middle of the fairway.
I like that she's continuing to try it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
She's going to be unstoppable when she has both.
Catrina, we all thought it was a great shot from the tee pad. It looked like it got a little bit of unlucky skip into the tall grass / the edge of that tree. And Hokom turned that one over a little too much. It got down too quick, and she's going to be pinched on the left side.
Ugh. It's not bad over there because you can play a little around the right side of that big tree up on the hill. But she's definitely pushing the limits over there.
Yeah, she's kind of tucked in, so she might have to throw up behind the back or
even just lay up.
Yeah. I decided to kind of go for it again a little bit.
Wow. Oh.
Not quite as good as round 2.
That's not where you want to be.
No.
That is pretty much a dungeon in there. The only option when you're in there is to just kind of try to punch out by throwing your putter hard. Unless there might be a gap, right?
Maybe. You never really know until you get to your lie. Those trees are so thick, so...
I pretty much landed in that exact same spot, but tucked in more. It's not friendly over there. Oh, dang! That was perfect.
Yeah, amazing shot. Hokom's roller was awesome as well.
It was amazing. We're just not even surprised by her throwing awesome rollers.
I believe that's a F2 that Kat's throwing there. Looks like it came up a little shorter than she wanted. Looks like it might have like clipped some of those branches and kind of slowed it down a little.
Nice roller from her, putter roller.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like to see her utilizing all the shots.
I don't have anything, so I just kind of flick my deputy out and just go for a putt.
You can't really tell, but this green was super boggy.
So muddy. I put my towel down on my back foot because it wouldn't stay still.
Yeah, it was deep and slick and nice putt.
Thank you.
Pretty gross out there.
Yep.
I've actually never seen, I mean, I've only been here 3 times, but I've never seen the course as muddy as it was.
Well, yeah.
This weekend.
Raining 3 days in a row, kind of.
I thought it rained every day in Portland.
Kat knew that was not in. The second it left her hand, you could tell. She'll settle with a bogey. Good thing she started the round super hot, so this isn't really going to affect her score at all.
It'll even out.
Val and Hokom tap out, and we're on to our first island hole of the round. We had a meeting about it before the first round, saying if you never cross in bounds, you have to go to the drop zone, but if you do cross in bounds, you can take it where it went out. So we'll see if any of us have to utilize that drop zone or not. But
I had to utilize the drop zone for my first time. It's okay.
We are aiming to not have to. We really just want to stay in bounds.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Duh.
We're not trying to get it too far, just in bounds.
The play here, I think, would be to throw it down the road and let it kind of fade back in. Paige is really playing with the left side of the fairway there, which you don't necessarily want to do because it could skip into that parking lot. But it worked out.
Not a whole lot to these shots, really, just kind of
trying to stay safe.
Yep. Hyzer at the road. Hokom, same thing, but she's hyzering at the left side of the road.
I like the forehand on this hole so much better than the backhand. It just feels safer for some reason.
That's because you're a forehand dominant player.
I guess.
Catrina with a great shot. She bit off so much of this drive just by pushing the line of the road.
So the second shot on this one, I think the best route is to go way out wide over the road and go around all these trees, but Val just went up the middle with the low ceiling. There's kind of not enough room for you to penetrate all the way to the basket because it's so low ceiling. Pretty much if you try to go up the middle, you're going to end up a little bit short. The outside route lets you push a little bit harder. Oh, unless you hit the tree. Dang it.
Yeah, you got to put it out wide and really trust it. If you're going to commit to that shot, commit to it. Throw it over the road or else you're not going to get to the basket.
It's kind of weird. You almost have to throw it harder than you think. It doesn't look like a distance drive because it's like for the first time in the round you're throwing out in the open. But you can actually put a little heat on it and it'll still not go deep out of bounds. Ooh. Clank.
My caddy was bummed too.
Yeah, I know.
And Val's gonna wait on the cart in front of us. They were teeing off and walking in her line of sight, so she waved them on and let us all tap out. She's looking at a birdie 3 here if she can capitalize on this putt.
Nice.
And she does. Val, if you give her a chance on the putting green, she's going to get some strokes, I promise.
So even with new putters, it's so awesome.
Yep, Papa Roach.
Papa Roach.
As you can see how muddy Catrina's putter was, this green was kind of muddy as well. We are on to hole 8, which is an island hole as well. This island's quite a bit smaller.
You have a little bit more room to work with off the tee. A little bit, keyword. And then if you're going for the green on your second shot, it's definitely a little bit more hairy. It's a major touch shot because this island's real narrow.
Yeah, you only have, I would say, 20 feet on the front and the back side, and then left and right you probably have more like 70 on the right and like, I don't know, 45 on the left.
And it's a little bit, the basket's a little bit elevated. It almost goes downhill on both sides. So
yeah,
you're set up where you could get a roll, you could get a skip downhill for sure. That's a perfect shot.
Thanks, my lucid convict.
Oh yeah, obviously.
You kind of just want to, as a backhand player, you kind of just want to throw in between the two trees in the middle and just let it hyzer off to the left side. Nice. Again, another shot where you're not trying to get too much distance. You just want to have an open shot at the green.
I think if we watched this hole all day, it'd be almost shocking how many people hit that left tree.
Oh, it's crazy.
I think it's probably the most hit besides the grass.
Yeah. Even with hitting that left tree, as long as you kind of get a little kick like Catrina and Hokom just did, you should be fine. And we all attacked this green.
Is that her jokery again?
Yep.
Looking
Yellow
perfect.
jokery.
Always. That was such a great shot. And it laid down perfect.
FollowFlight shot tracker.
It's nice that to flick or backhand a mid-range or a putter on this green because you don't want anything too skippy.
Anything that's going to just glide downward.
This green was one of the few dry places on the course, so it was still getting a good fair amount of skip.
Catrina with her A2, sidearming it up there.
Another good move is definitely skipping it off the road right in front. It's pretty safe play because there's not a curb around this island. No death curbs. And it looks like y'all had a bunch of easy threes, making it look like it's no biggie.
Yep, another tap-in time. What if you did like a tap dance on tap-in time?
It looks like you're the one in the videos.
No, you need to get a little tap shoes and you can do it into the microphone.
We'll start doing sound effects.
Yeah. Germ probably beatboxes.
Oh, I guarantee he beatboxes. Whoa, that one looked like it almost came out.
Yep. Yep. Can't ever be
too careful.
Too careful.
You gotta take those little shorties seriously.
Yeah. So we are on to hole 9.
The last hole of our front half. This is a pretty long hole. Longest?
Yep, 689 feet. It's a par 4. The first shot's pretty open. But where you're going to be looking at a little bit of a technical shot is on the approach to the basket. Those trees are brutal if you land in them.
You want to throw a kind of a big sky anhyzer, but you want it to S out at the end. You don't want to finish to the right. You want to let it finish to the left without obviously going OB in the parking lot on the left-hand side, but you want to definitely, you want it to work back because you don't want to be tucked too far on the right side of the fairway.
You don't want to hit that tree.
You definitely don't want to
do
hit
the tree in your way.
One thing you can't hit.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of headwind on this hole. I was going to throw my sheriff, but it was kind of breezy, so I flipped it the other day, so kind of went overstable and shanked it. Catrina threw this hole beautifully both rounds. I believe it's a D1 she's throwing here.
The run-ups in that tall grass was brutal. Whoa.
Brutal.
Checking out some other fairways.
That's still on the fairway. Val doesn't look like she's attacking the green. She's just kind of laying it up and gonna go for the 4.
And being on the left side of the fairway up there is where you can get a nice clear look at the green.
Easy 4 from where she landed. As long as she's not kind of pinched behind that tree.
Nice shot by Hokom. She's being a little bit more aggressive. Still a little bit short, but she'll have a jump putt.
Catrina with the mid Anheuser. It kind of flipped too quickly. She wanted a later flip than that.
That was nice that the tree spit it out, though, because it could have been way worse.
Yeah, great kick. Absolutely.
Landing in the bottom of those fir trees. I think they're fir trees.
They're firs.
Cedars?
They're Douglas firs, actually.
Douglas firs? Landing in the bottom of those trees is not... Oh, no.
Yeah.
This hole didn't go so well for you, huh?
Not so good.
It's okay, you got some wiggle room.
Val with the sidearm. Right after she threw this, she said, or right before she threw it, she said to Hokom, "Oh, I gotta remember what you said in the clinic."
Did she mean to throw a roller?
I don't know.
I don't
about
think
that,
so.
actually.
I don't think so. Accidental roller. Okay, with the easy up and down.
Easy. Hokom.
Woo!
Amazing putt.
No way.
No
she
chain.
threed this?
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Gonna pick up quite a few strokes on us all.
That is so awesome.
This is for my circle 5.
Nice putt. Jeez, this is why you ladies are on the lead card. Come on.
Yep. Val. That one almost didn't get there.
Yeah, recovering from the roller.
Yeah.
No, she made it work.
So Hokom's picking up 2 on me, 2 on Val, and 1 on Catrina.
Nice 3. That is awesome.
That brings Cat and Val to tied and Hokom only 2 back with 10 to play. What's going to happen on the back 9? Make sure you tune in to see how this plays out. Thanks again to the PDGA and Dynamic Disc for sponsoring this and making it possible.
And thanks for Jomez for coming out here and taking their time to edit and invite us to commentate.
We'll see you guys shortly.